Welcome back to Carol Reed, Profound Red. We have been investigating Carl for quite some time. Now, we finally get a chance to meet the man. What is Carl like?
Luckily for you, I recently had my apartment cleaned. Otherwise, I'm quite reluctant to let people in here.
Hi, I'm a detective investigating the death of Louise Elliott.
Is she dead? I didn't know that.
Yeah, you've been dealing with her lately?
Yes, she contacted me several times.
About what?
Do you know that Louise's father sacked me from my job at the laboratory?
Yes, I know that.
Shortly before his death, Louise's father apparently told her that he believed that I was responsible for all people going insane and having hallucinations on Mercury Street. He meant that as a chemist, I would have the means to cook something up that would drive everybody crazy somehow.
So he suspected you. He thought he fired you, and then you turned everybody crazy as a revenge scheme.
Exactly. In fact, I was simply the first one to be affected. I suddenly felt extremely confused and made a serious mistake. I was given the boot immediately. It wasn't long before half the neighborhood displayed similar symptoms.
Yeah, okay. We know the story.
Louise contacted me recently, threatening me to reveal what her father had told her about me. It didn't scare me particularly, but I didn't want her to poke her nose into my affairs.
So she did try to blackmail you, and you didn't want to be blackmailed because you're illegally making skateboards.
I don't think I should ask him that.
Oh, yeah, that would be kind of rude to bring up. Okay, so what's up with this printer that you stole from her?
One early Monday morning, I entered Louise's office under the pretense that I was conducting a periodic check of the printers. Only the cleaning personnel were there. In the hope of discovering something compromising about her, I found the draft of a blackmail letter in her wastepaper basket. It clearly wasn't meant for me since it had some sex pictures in it. I assumed that it was printed on the printer next to her desk, so I took the printer, hoping that I could convince her that it was enough evidence to link her to the crime. If someone saw me, I don't think they bothered, since they thought I was involved in printer servicing. I also took the letter, of course.
Hello, Mr. Carlson. I have these pictures of you while taking part in activities at a certain club. Please send me $4,000 to this Bitcoin address, and since you don't know how Bitcoin works, I'll explain it to you. Okay.
I took a look in her brother's office as well, but didn't find anything there.
Okay, so that's kind of interesting. We've got a lot to unpack there because, okay, so apparently Louise was just in the habit of blackmailing people. She just blackmailed people all the time. When she tried to blackmail Carl here, he's like, yeah, it's not a big deal, but I still don't want to be blackmailed. So he broke into the office, found proof of some other blackmail scheme. So Carl isn't, like, actually counter-blackmailing her. More like, well, he's kind of innocent. But how did you break into the brother's office?
The springboard of the lock faced the outside and didn't have a plate blocking it, so it opened quite easily with a credit card. I had to bend the card slightly, though. Speaking of which, I have this feeling that someone has been in my apartment.
Oh yeah, that was me. I broke in. I was pretending to be a cleaner.
Yes, that must be it.
Okay, thank you for your help. I find it interesting. So we're not going to investigate this guy, this Carlson guy who is being blackmailed. No, we're not. I wonder why not. I guess we don't need to know. What we really want to do is just break into the brother's office right now. Okay, so we have this card. This card. We're going to have to use it on the door.
It doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work. So I need to bend it slightly, like he said. So we're going to use these pliers on the credit card. Yeah, there we go. And then use the card there. Okay, so in the office we have, what's this? Oh, Speaking of, like, blackmail and stuff, dear Mr. Elliot, your father and my father were both active in the Zodal Moral Mission. Yes, I know you're a man of honor. Yes. So, I'm writing about your sister. She's involved in exceptionally vicious activities, blackmail in this terrible club. I'm going to do a campaign against her and her allies. I'm going to try to get this club shut down. But before I do, I wanted to let you know, maybe you could convince her before I resort to such terrible, terrible methods. Immodia Berling. Wow, lots of blackmail and stuff going on here. Yeah, jeez. People blackmailing each other left and right. Yeah. Okay, so on this tablet, we have things. Yeah, I have no idea how to do
That
this.
looks like letters from some ancient language. Maybe I can ask Jonas about that.
Yeah, Jonas might know. Jonas might know. He said he was studying to be like a teacher and stuff. Well, I guess that's it. So we've got two things we can do here. Let's talk to Jonas, and then let's call Immodia. Okay, where's Jonas? Ah, he's still here. So you're studying ancient languages, right?
Yes,
So, take a look at this photo.
it's the South Arabian alphabet. It was used for several languages, including Sabayic, Cotabanic, Hamayaritic, Madhabayic, and Sibayatic.
I am amazed that you know how to pronounce all of those words, because I don't think I could do that. So, what do the letters mean?
No, these are just odd letters.
Oh, okay, thanks.
And I'll be waiting.
Yeah. So basically, it's like if you saw a keyboard with letters A, B, C, F, R, N. You don't know what the word is you have to spell to unlock the tablet. Okay, so let's call let's call Immodia Berling.
It's Immodia Berling.
Hello, Immodia. So you have information about Louise Elliott?
Oh yes, but prepare to be shocked.
Okay, can we meet somewhere?
We can meet at your place.
Sounds good. I'll text you the address. And then immediately step outside. All right, let's go back in. Do-do-do-do-do.
I took some wine from your box.
What? You took the liberty of, like, breaking into my house and drinking my wine? Really, Immodia? Okay, so I saw the letter you sent to Walther.
Yes, she and her boyfriend are running some kind of sex temple in the neighborhood next to mine. Her brother should be informed.
Well, it's not illegal, is it?
Maybe not in your depraved world. It's the biggest club of its kind in Sweden. I won't have a good night's sleep until it's wiped from the map. The variety of the perversions the members engage in is immense.
You seem to care an awful lot about what happens at the club.
A keen, interesting stop in it. Yes.
Louise Elliott died a few days ago.
Oh, that's news to me. It's a pity that she didn't have time to repent.
Why did you want to tell Walther?
Louise was very secretive about the club, and I'm sure that her brother wouldn't have approved. I wanted to bring her down, and all of the other women too.
You just wanted revenge against all the women? What about the men?
I think they are manipulated by the women. I actually see them as victims.
I can't agree with you on that point. I think if men are exploiting women, that is wrong. That is wrong. Almost as wrong as breaking into somebody's house and stealing their wine. Anyway, did you speak to Walther
Yes,
about
last
what's
week.
going on?
It seemed like he didn't care. He told me not to contact his mother, who moved here recently.
Wait, the mother? What?
Yes, she lives in the house next to Walter's.
Well, I'll have to make a point of visiting her. So what about this metal factory? Walter ran
I
it
tried
for
to
a while?
revive the factory, with some business colleagues of his. I don't think anybody knew what they were doing there. It probably wasn't steel. They closed down after a few months.
She makes it sound like they were doing something illegal. Huh, that's weird.
You're welcome. But can you fill up my glass again, please?
No! No, I won't!
When I spoke to Walter, he told me he was going away to see his mother. But how could that be possible if she lives next to him?
Clearly, he was lying to you about his mother, so this requires further investigation. After all, Walter's mother is Louise's mother, so we're going to go to her apartment and we're going to talk to her. Maybe she has more information about Louise and why Louise would have died.